beautiful day?
Yes.
See, we had you come around the back because we wanted y'all to get a little exercise and enjoy the beautiful morning and get to see. So how many of you came in the front door? Okay, so maybe you didn't check in today or sign in, so we know you're here, but that's okay. Emily we'll follow up on that. But also, thank you so much. So I'm Mindy Tate with Franklin Tomorrow. I'm the CEO of Franklin Tomorrow. I hear music.
I hear music.
I hear music. Someone will probably want to kill the music. So I'm Mindy Tate, CEO of Franklin Tomorrow, and welcome to Mercy Community Healthcare. How many of you, this is your first time in this building? Great, Cindy. Look at that. Yay. You'll meet Cindy Seiler, who is the CEO of Mercy Community Healthcare, but I also want to thank her staff who helped put this together today. And a big special thank you to Elaine, whose birthday it is today. So wave at Elaine. Hi, Elaine. Happy birthday. Thanks for being here, and thanks for all you do to get this set up today. We really appreciate it. So we're going to just launch right in because I know that the folks from GraceWorks Ministries, One Generation Away, and Mercy Community Healthcare have a great story to tell you about community caring through collaboration. But also there are a number of other nonprofit leaders in this room. And if you are a leader or executive with a nonprofit, please stand up. So, Kim, I'm going to start with you.
Say the line. So, I'm bringing the line to the captain, Randy Blades, and John.
And I'm John Thompson with GraceWorks.
I'm Jenny Halterman with Better Options Toast. I'm Mindy Weaver with Wealth of Destiny. Sylvia Matiko with Serenata Wellness.
It really does take all of us working together to really have an impact here in Williamson County and beyond. And so really appreciate, there are also a number of people who've been active in the nonprofit and community caring community in Williamson County for a number of years. So we're glad you're here. It's a great space. Next time we're here, we know how to park and where to be, right? Okay, we're all good. So thank you so much. Frank Talks is a monthly event. I'm going to go on to say this because I'm going to try to say it a couple times. We are not going to have Frank Talks in October, okay? We are not having Frank Talks in October. I'm a little busy. We're a little busy in October with a conference, Frank.
Are we going to have a Frank Talk in October?
No. No. We're not going to have Frank Talks in October, but we could not put on Frank Talks without the support of our sustaining partners, and that includes Atmos Energy. Christina Christensen is here. So thanks for your support of Atmos. The reason we're kind of busy in October is we're doing a little conference. We've got a breakfast with the mayors, and at the end of September, we've got a little golf tournament. So, you know, Emily and I just sit around all day eating bonbons. And we do. Yeah, or Whataburger, yeah. So, and then also a big thank you to Williamson Health, and Greg Roy is here. You want to come up and say a few words, and Emily will load your video.
Good morning. On behalf of the 2,200 employees of Williamson Health, including the Board of Joint Institute of Tennessee, Lindsay is see in the back. You've got a big gala coming up at the end of October. Is that right? The Skeleton Gala?
Skeleton Gala.
Tell us about that real quick while we're here.
Well, good morning, everyone. Susie from Board of Joint Institute. We have a fund within the Williamson Health Foundation called Board of Joint Fund. And this year, each year we have a skeleton gala, it's a black tie gala. It's Halloween weekend, so the play on skeletons. But this year's Masquerade Ball. So we're going to get tip fancy for that. But all proceeds go to the Bone and Joint Fund, which will then help the sports medicine program for the Williamson County schools, some of the other private schools that we cover. Just making sure that our student athletes, our kids, have proper access to health care in their school with their athletic trainer. So if you would love to attend, please let me know. If you'd love to sponsor, we're looking for sponsors for the event. And then also we're going to sell the auction. So if that's something you'd be able to help with, we'd be very blessed for any support that you could offer. So thanks, Doug. Appreciate it.
We are delighted to exist in our community. including the heads of the organizations in this room. And we're also invested in your health care. And to plug in our celebration of our new tower opening earlier this year, we want a nice new video that takes you on tour along your tour to the Williamson Health.
We're so excited to have this space for our patients.
I feel a newness. It's pretty exciting.
It's just such a beautiful place to work now.
It is amazing to see the transformation of the space.
It's beautiful, it's spacious.
Growing from a small community hospital to a regional health system.
Myself and colleagues were able to really handpick the equipment that we wanted, and it's all, in our terms, you know, it'd be like a car enthusiast getting to pick out Maserati or whatever it would be. I mean, it's all the things that we've wanted to have, and will really help provide the best care for our patients in a much more efficient way.
Spaces are designed around patient care. So as we've thought through these spaces for both the labor and delivery and the postpartum, we've had a whole team of nurses, of physicians, of architects, and of women sitting down and being like, okay, what do women need when they're in labor?
I get to round on babies in those rooms, and there are siblings around and family members. There's plenty of room for everybody. There's plenty of room for me to get to the baby without asking anybody to move out of the way.
Employees already have a wonderful morale, but to come to work in a place that's nice and new is going to, I think, even improve the morale even more. The patients are going to feel that. They're going to feel the energy, and it leads to better healing.
In our last hospital, the ICU was broken up into 2 separate units, and there was very little distinction about which patients went into one unit or the other unit, and that meant that us providers were running around taking care of patients on multiple floors. And so one thing I'm really excited about is everything is consolidated. And so we have one big unit with several nurses stations. Every provider, every nurse, everybody taking care of a critical care patient is sort of in the same place. For me, that does increase collaboration, communication, and working together to take care of all of our patients.
Space was functional but outdated, and this new space is just bright, it's modern, it's aesthetically pleasing. I think everyone just has a sense of comfort when they walk into the space.
So we went to the grand opening and the ribbon cutting. I see a lot of things. My boyfriend was at the doctor the other day, and we share the same doctor for the last 30 years. And he asked how I was doing. He said, I haven't gotten any ER reports on her lately, you know? So I'm really looking forward to not seeing the inside as a patient, though. But it is a beautiful facility, and we as a community are blessed to have Williamson Health and Williamson Medical Center as part of our community. Diane LeBlanc, Tina Anderson are here from Renaissance Bank. Come on up, Diane, and say a few words, and then we've got a little funny video, I think.
Oh, good.
I think it's funny.
I hope it's funny. Any SEC fans in the house today? I know these two in orange are, and this one, of course. Well, last month, I think I shared that we have a new acquisition that we announced, the first bank out of Mississippi. Well, today I'm sorry I don't have him here, but just pretend Todd Norman is here. Todd is a new hire that we are adding to our staff in our Cool Springs office. So look forward to meeting him next Not next month because there's no Frank tomorrow. But the following month we'll bring him here to introduce you to him. But we are so grateful for the opportunity to work with Franklin tomorrow when Frank talks. And come see us at Renaissance Bank at our 2 locations. I'm at downtown Franklin, Tina and I, on 815 Columbia. Then we also have our Cool Springs office on Carruthers. And we'd love to be your banker. So come see us. Thank you.
Got a little video, something fun. It's football time.
I thought you said this was going to be another quiet college football weekend.
I don't know what happened. There were only 2 top 25 matchups.
Calling all the shifts, start triage. Let's get to work. We just gave this guy a wide receiver talent infusion. He's back already?
These non-contested QB interception numbers are offsetting their effect.
Told him to hit the portal. He wouldn't listen.
Cal just posted a final score graphic on Twitter.
Any accompanying text?
It just means more.
Give me a crash cart in here.
He completed 6 forward passes the whole game.
I've never seen anything like this before. He's reverted to a 1920s offense.
Hey there, doll. Any chance A&M gives our coach the old Hierooski?
Definitely not.
Oh, nerds.
We got your team culture scans back in. The results are enough that we're going to admit you to ICU.
Intensive care?
Imminent coach unemployment.
What? No. Prime just needs a few more years to get his players in place. We're building a foundation here at Colorado. That's why he's not messing around, going and recruiting at high schools or fostering relationships with our feeder pipelines. Oh, wait. Yeah, I get it now. Yeah.
What did you do to him? What? We played him. We pulled our starters in the 3rd quarter. We called off the dogs. We could have him eaten out of a tube if we wanted to.
Do you know where you are? Do you know what an RPO is?
What?
This makes no sense. He's the reigning national champion. You'd think he'd still be competitive.
That's not how it always goes, believe you me.
What happened to you?
Nicholls State took a bite out of us, but it's fine. Won by 3 touchdowns. Totally fine.
Gonna need to take a look at that rushing offense.
No, you don't.
We've got Michigan's yards of total offense scans back.
How bad is it?
We're reaching Rich Rodriguez stage.
Gonna need to act now. Tube it!
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, hey, y'all got any more of them Bo Nixes?
Security? Security!
Look, we're fine. We're exactly where we... To me, as a team and a unit, we are not scared of Georgia in week 4 at all.
Look, I'm sorry, but we are all filled up on beds. You know, you took a top 25 team to double overtime on the road, okay? There are teams here that are in way worse shape than you, so maybe you can try the urgent care down the street. Hey, Arkansas.
About time!
Second shift needs to start on defensive meltdowns and special teams. Is there any team actually playing well this season?
Do you remember when we had a good offense? We could put literally any 5'10" dude back there and he would be slinging it. We'd score 50 points.
Let's look at your upcoming schedule here. Oh wow. Well, you're gonna take 2 Tylenol, buckle up and hold on. Thanks.
Can we get him in room 4?
We've got Mississippi State in there.
Possibly something on the 2nd floor.
Okay, let's... I need all hands on deck.
I picked the wrong week to subscribe to Peacock.
I don't understand. It's impossible. He had a 90% chance to make the playoffs with that schedule.
What happened?
Lost to Northern Illinois.
Hey, just want to double check if you have insurance. We know how much you're paying Riley Leonard, so just want to make sure you're good for it.
What was the spread?
Irish favored by 28.5.
There's nothing we can do. Call it.
Time of playoff chance death, 8:32.
We can't just give up on him like that. Clear. 1, 2, 3.
Sir.
No. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Michigan's next of kin just got here. Want me to tell him?
No. I'll do it.
This is the part of the job I hate.
Texas and the SEC, a match made in heaven. Go Horns.
And SEC Shorts Live is coming to Tuscaloosa Friday, September 27th. Tickets on sale at secshorts.com.
Thank you, Emily. So if you enjoyed coffee, the Lion Leadership Group, our local McDonald's franchisee, and if you haven't been watching the McDonald's on 96 West, I'm thinking any day now. I'm pretty happy. You know, Sonic's gotten all my business the last couple months, so I have to see what we have going there so much. So thank you so much. So we mentioned briefly the Vision City Conference that we have coming up October 15th through 17th. And we are very excited to be partnering with Seaside Institute here in Seaside, Florida. We'll have a meeting with them this afternoon to talk with some of our speakers for the first time. Deeru Tadani, who's a renowned architect. Also, you can register for all 3 days, or you can register for 1 day. Right now, we're over 100 attendees, so we're very excited about that. And Emily, I don't know, is there one more slide on here? I thought there was. Because we are making an announcement this morning about the conference. It's pretty exciting. We've gone international with this year's conference. And on Wednesday, October 16th, we'll have a breakfast with the mayors hosted by Franklin Mayor Dr. Ken Moore, but also our mayor of our Canadian sister city, Toby Randall, accepted our invitation to come and join us for the conference October 15th through 17th. And the reason that fits is Carleton Place, Ontario is one of the fastest growing towns, much like Franklin, in all of Ontario, the province of Ontario. They are outside their nation's capital, Ottawa. A recent highway project linked them and made them a very attractive suburb, and they are experiencing rapid growth, dealing with some of those issues, and he'll be here to talk about it from an international perspective. So we're excited to have him, but also Micah Davis, who is now, I believe, the president of Seaside Community Development Corporation, Mayor Knox White from Greenville, South Carolina, and Carmel, Indiana, former Mayor James Brainerd, all leaders in sustainable development, and we are very excited to have all of them join us, among others. So you can register on our website, you can scan this QR code for more information. We're going to be pushing this a little bit in the next few weeks, but we are very excited to have the opportunity. We normally go on a trip somewhere else to see how they're handling growth and development, but now we're seeing a number of people coming to see how Franklin is growing and developing and be a vision city for the Southeast and the nation. So excited about that. But we're going to bring our friends up this morning who are going to talk about community caring through collaboration. And we've got Cindy Seiler from Mercy Community Healthcare, Alicia Bell from GraceWorks Ministries, and Elaine Whitney from One Gen Away. Now, if I just read that the way they were on the list, that would have been better, and so that, know that. But I'm going to bring this over here for them. Thank you. And hand it to you, my friend. Thank you so much. Thanks for being our host, and thank you. Turn our program over.
Okay, well, thank you guys all for being here today. We're really excited. These are, we truly are partner ministries and partner nonprofits, and there are many others that are sitting with you guys that we partner with every day. And there's many supporters that make our work possible in this room as well. So we'll jump in. It's actually kind of fun. We had a reason to get together and collaborate the word of the day just on our presentation today for you guys. So we are going to start with Cindy. And I thought she was. Oh, no, you said. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, we've already welcomed everybody. Everybody's welcome.
Okay, I'll look. They have it listed for me here. I didn't do it. Okay, we're going to start with GraceWorks. GraceWorks Ministries is a nearly 30-year-old nonprofit organization. We're actually about 2 minutes up the road from here, occupying a space at 108 Southeast Parkway. And we are a collaborative community resource center that provides food, shelter, and support for about 15,000 neighbors every single year. So what I love to say about GraceWorks is we are really good at welcoming someone in some of their darkest days, some of their most challenging days, and we invite them into an ecosystem where hopefully we can at least allow them to catch their breath, feel that they know what their next step is, and then partner with many other organizations to help them take that next step and rebuild after crisis or generational poverty. Our mission statement is neighbor serving neighbor by the power of God's grace, which is really important to us that it addresses both sides of the aisle. While GraceWorks was certainly founded with the intent to serve a neighbor in need, what I love about GraceWorks is kind of our superpower to be able to invite the community and bring anything that you want to give to your neighbor to help lift someone up and turn it into good. So you can donate at our thrift store. You can donate your time. You can donate your resources. And we are that place that promises to be a good steward of that and then turn it into food, shelter, support, and hope, ultimately. Brief history, we were founded almost 30 years ago. Next year is our 30th birthday, so we're excited about that. And it was, in my opinion, a move of the Holy Spirit that came and said, multiple churches and multiple denominations came together and agreed that we can serve our neighbor better if we did it together. And so GraceWorks was founded with about 50 churches, and they came together and decided to provide food, shelter, and support the core services that we still provide today. So food, we have 4 access points to our food program. Our main access point is the food pantry that's located right up the road from here, where someone can make an appointment to come and select their groceries or a curbside appointment. They're going to receive $420 worth of groceries, and it costs GraceWorks about $39 to make that cart. And this is a well-rounded, nutritious, intentional cart of food that will feed a family for about 2 weeks. So we're really very proud of that program, and the demand has increased significantly for that. Our other 3 access points are directly into the hands of children. And so we have fuel bags and classroom snack boxes. And we make sure that children who are at risk for hunger go home with something to eat on the weekend or school breaks. We also have our mobile food pantries, which they are the superpower mobile food pantry organization at One Gym. But we do conduct some at Fairview every year because it is a sister community for us and one that we made a commitment to. And so we bring our mobile food pantries to Fairview and then a shut-in community as well. So folks who might have more issues accessing our food pantry here in Franklin. And then our last one is our holiday food boxes. So it's a really special program. Some of your churches may have done this, where actually churches will buy, pack, and hand deliver to someone's home some holiday ingredients for that family meal. Shelter is our second program. This is an incredibly, incredibly important program in your community. So we are often known for food, and I love that. Food's very important, but our shelter program is what makes us also incredibly unique. So if someone is experiencing the threat of losing their housing, we are able to hopefully prevent that long enough to either have them restabilize their budget or make a choice, the difficult choice to find other housing. So we are preventing unnecessarily an expensive eviction or emergency rehousing with our rent, mortgage, and utility bill assistance program. So it's very powerful, and we have partnerships with people in this room, our local landlords, our utility companies that trust us to not just be the resource that we can provide, the financial resource, but to advocate for their funds and generosity as well, and make sure that we're surrounding that neighbor as best we can. Then lastly, our support program. This is a collection of things that we have observed our neighbors need on an annual or cyclical basis. And so, for example, the Manger program. We love it. We're really well known for the Manger. And it's older than GraceWorks, actually. It inspired GraceWorks founding, if you want to know more about that. But it's a beautiful program where the parents get to come and shop for their children. And so we create this dignified experience where someone can come and select a gift for their child. You know, I know what my Adelaide wants, and to have that dignified moment to shop for her at Christmas is really important for us. And then we have a transportation fund and our thrift store. If you have not visited our thrift store, I highly encourage you to do so. It's not only does your donations and your spending there support our programs to the tune of about $1.5 million a year, it is also a dignified space for our neighbors to engage and find the resources they need free with a voucher system for us, or throughout the year if they choose to spend their money there and engage with the ministry that way. So, okay.
Oh, there we go. So there's Grace Marks. What happened to my friend Elaine here? Enjoy. Can you guys hear me? No? Can you hear me? I found out what's on. It's green. Is it? Wait, it's green. I don't think they want to hear from me, but that's okay. Look, I'll make it work. Here, hold this one. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, can you guys hear me now? That's good. Well, we are one generation away, a food ministry, and we love collaboration. We collaborate with multiple nonprofits here that are here as well. And we're just grateful for everybody that actually does what you do, that we couldn't do what we do without you guys. So we're very thankful. So our mission is to share hope, honor, and dignity through food. You know, it's very demeaning when you have to ask for food. And so I've been there 33 years ago. Our daughter was on spina bifida, and I was in the food lines. And so you just know how shameful that is. And so we just never want anybody to feel like that. So we want people to feel the dignity and the hope and just honor them in what they're doing. Next is our brief history. 12 years ago, my husband and I, Chris, started on the back of our car. It was a Hyundai Santa Fe right there. That is the original car that we started in. And we started picking up food from Whole Foods, and it was rescuing food is what we call it. So it's a food that's about 2 to 3 days left on the shelf. We went and picked it up, and we had that car so full that you literally could not see me. I had food everywhere. Chris was driving. You could not put a piece of paper in there. It was so full. And we would just go to different neighborhoods that are in need and just open up and let them shop for free. And so in 2013, we got our own building, our own, warehouse. It was 2,000 square foot. It was very small, but it was wonderful, and we were so excited about it. And that was in November of 2013. And December, that very next month, my husband was diagnosed with stage 3 throat cancer, throat, tongue, and lymph node cancer, and devastating. So in 2014, we did 7 mobile pantries, which he was at, and I would not let him talk through the whole thing, which was a miracle. He's not here, so I did that. So we did 7 mobile pantries, and we gave away 183,000 pounds of food. And then in 2023, we did 60 mobile pantries, and we gave away 7.7 million meals last year in 3 different states. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So there's 4 different things that we do. We do food rescue, which how we started with the back of our car, and now we have multiple trucks and drivers that go around and still rescue food, which is great. We go all over from Costco and Whole Foods, Fresh Market, Publix, Kroger, all over, and that food is actually picked up and taken into different areas, different shelters, different homeless shelters, domestic violence shelters, and that food actually in neighborhoods as well, because I don't know if you're aware, but the elderly only receive $19 of food stamps a month, which who can live on $19, right? So we're not their source, but we definitely want to help supplement. So we'll go into elderly high-rises in Nashville and just open up, and we'll take it to their little community room, and they will just shop for free until it's gone. So that food is actually on someone's table that evening. That does not come back to our warehouse at all. Second thing we do is mobile food pantries, which I'm sure you guys maybe have seen it or have helped and volunteered. Many of you have volunteered there. So we distribute 300 families a grocery cart full of food for free. So we just try to help, supplement them and just bring them honor and dignity as well. So if you haven't seen it, you please have to come, because it's kind of a well-oiled machine. After 12 years, we've kind of got it a system finally. But it is a lot of fun, and that is family friendly. So you bring the whole family can come, and which is what we love, because it's nothing like showing your teenager not to look into yourself, but to look at others and get them out of themselves and, just see the need and realize that there is a different world out there instead of our little Wilco bubble, right? So the other thing we do is doorstep pantry. This is kind of new. We just started this last year. We provide a 20-pound box of non-perishable foods to people's doorstep. That is with which we call a widget, which I had no idea what that was. But it's on our website, and it's a 10-mile radius from where we are on our website. So, or where our warehouse is. So within 10 miles, they can sign up. Anybody can sign up, whoever needs food. And on Fridays, we deliver that to their doors. We started with DoorDash, which was incredible. They were doing it for free, and then they started charging. So now we still do DoorDash, but we also have our volunteers and different churches and stuff like that want to come and deliver it, which is incredible. And we also have an encouraging word in English and Spanish in there as well for them. And they can sign up as many times as they want. They can do it every week if they would like. The fourth thing that we do is partner agencies. So we have about 234 agencies that we partner with. So on Wednesdays, every other Wednesday, they can come and they can just shop for free. It's different pantries, which means like they're rural areas of Tennessee that they don't have the means to be able to give to their community. They come and they shop at One Gin for free. So this allows them to, fill their pantry so they can reach out to their communities. So that's really great. We enjoy that on Wednesdays, get to see everybody. So the impact for 2023, our food rescue was 7.7 million meals. Our mobile pantries were 9.26 million pounds of food, which has just exploded and increased tremendously. Doorstep pantry was 665 meals delivered to people's doorsteps. And the partner agencies were 237 agencies that received food for their community. And so if you want to learn more, please go to our website, winginaway.com. We appreciate your volunteers. We love when you guys are there. It just makes us so happy. And I know that our clients, our partners are able to join in as well. So there's the website there, and let's see. And then there's just some pictures of our distribution. But thank you guys. I want to just stop, don't you? Wow. That's amazing. Mercy Community Healthcare exists to reflect the love and compassion, help me, sister, of Jesus Christ by providing excellent health care to all and support to their families. And I'm privileged to be the CEO of Mercy. My name's Cindy. And I think I joined my colleagues here that CEO does not stand for Chief Executive Officer. It stands for Community Engagement Officer most of the time. And most of you all are folks that help us get this done. And we're very, very grateful. My history wall is outside of this wall. And it's the busiest slide I have. So listen fast, okay? And I'll talk fast. 25 years ago, there were a group of folks from Christ Community Church and some other organizations in this room probably bowed down on their knees in front of the carpet store on 9th Avenue, and they were praying for that building. And Ralph Dury and Tom Miller got the building and leased it back to them, I think, for $1 a month. Thus began Mercy Children's Clinic. And Tim Henschel was the first pediatrician, medical director, and executive director, and he did it all. And we are grateful still for that 25-year history. We're 25 years old today. In 2006, there was a huge need that was seen by our providers for behavioral health care and mental health and social services. And so Ann Futrell, a psychiatrist, and Jonathan Boy were hired and brought to Mercy to start that program and to deliver that care to those kids. That moved into 2008, and New Hope Academy. Is there anybody here from New Hope? I thought I saw part of New Hope. Our sister agency there, and we started providing that care in the schools, and that is now 27 schools strong. And then in 2010, we recruited and hired Dorothy Bullard to start to develop and implement care coordination and case management at Mercy. She made that Angels on Earth is what we call them here. It's a whole department that's now called Patient and Family Support. And you can tell Dottie is loved here. She retired this year, and this room is named after Dottie. In that same year, we moved to Williamson Square, and
And then in 2012, and I know that's not on the sheet, but in 2012, the providers started to see these parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles that are bringing these kids in here are not taking care of themselves, and they don't have insurance. We need to do something about it. So we applied for a federal grant and did not get it. And the board and the leadership said, let's do it anyway. If God's directing it, let's take care of these folks. And so they merged with an adult provider and started caring for adults. And about 6 months later, the federal government called and said, we changed our mind. They gave us $650,000 to care for. That is a repeated thing for Mercy over and over again. And I want to take this opportunity really quick to tell at least you all, and go tell somebody else. In that year, we lost over half of our donors because folks figured that if we were taking federal money, that we must have lost our mission, right? It's no longer a ministry. When you walk through this building, you're going to see that there's plenty of scripture on the wall, and this is a Christ-centered, prayer-driven place. Our providers pray with our patients if they want it, and we don't if they don't. And if the federal government ever tells us we cannot do that, they'll get their money back, and we'll still keep moving on and caring for the people in this community. Mm-hmm. So in 2013, we moved from Mercy Children's Clinic to Mercy Community Health Care and became one of 1,400 community centers, community health centers in the United States. There's 33 in the state of Tennessee. And then in 2019, we moved to Lewisburg. Lewisburg actually called and said, hey, will you all come down here and provide the same services? And we moved into that building, which we have now outgrown, and we're providing all service lines in that building. And then in 2023, we were blessed to take all the 5 suites that were across Franklin and move them under one roof and be in this building for the ability to be a patient-centered medical home for generations to come. And that's what we see this building as. Our service lines are, as I've said already, primary care for pediatrics all the way to adults, all the way past my age even, and mental health services. That includes now psychiatry and counseling in the schools. And then patient and family support all of those services. They get insurance for folks that don't have insurance. They work with them to get payments for the sliding fee scale. They get referrals for every physician and specialist that we need. And they work with these folks and everybody else in this community and every church in this community almost to provide services and connection to our patients. Our driving force is integrated care. We want to take care of the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. And we have 160 strong professionals at Mercy that are providing this care. And in 2023, we saw almost 14,000 individual people in this community with almost 67,000 visits. And you can see how those are broken down. We're blessed to be able to serve this community and 3 counties around us. And actually, we see people from almost 30 counties through the year. Where our goal for 2024 is 14,500. Am I wrong or right? And we're getting close. If you get to the tour, you'll see a thermometer in the staff lounge. As I said, there's 33 of us in the state of Tennessee, and 7 of us are faith-based, are Christian clinics. But all of us have the mission to serve people regardless of their insurance status. So we're going to figure out a way to give you health care if you come in these front doors. Almost 70% of our folks were either uninsured or underinsured last year. This is the new building. This is all of our staff. Our presence here in this community, our presence in Lewisburg, our presence in Franklin Special School District and in Marshall County, everywhere we are, is to give excellent quality health care, no matter what ability there is to pay for that health care. We'll figure out a way to make it happen, and we're grateful every day to be able to serve. And so now Alicia is going to share some information about one of the folks that we have served. Okay,
we came up with this fun idea. To try and share with you guys how we truly collaborate through the eyes of a neighbor who would have utilized all three of our services. So here in Franklin, she's a double name named Jenny Grace. Mercy, for Flair, is her last name. Okay, so Jenny Grace, this is a story. Every data point that you're going to see as I explain who she is rooted in real data in our community. Okay, so Jenny Grace is a very realistic representation of who we serve. She grew up in Franklin. She graduated Franklin High School in 2012, became a registered nurse, and got married to Zach. And his first job as an accountant he received last year. They were so excited to find an affordable 2-bedroom townhome while paying off school debt. That's the largest miracle on this planet. Okay?
Yes, it is.
Jenny Grace
That
is
is
here,
miracle.
real close to home for this year. Okay. So anyway, they welcomed their first baby in the spring. Jenny Grace needed to decrease her hours to care for the baby, and their child had struggled at birth and needed some extra care. Hopefully at Williamson Health.
Yes.
Right? Of course. So Jenny Grace realized this past weekend as she was in the grocery store that she could not afford the food that she needed for her family for the week. And she broke down and she came home and was looking for resources. And so she, being a graduate in 2012, was on social media and found an announcement for a mobile food pantry hosted by OneGen coming up this weekend. So Jenny Grace, Mercy,
she's beautiful, as you can tell. She actually needed food, which we have so often, right? People just can't make ends meet. Everything's just so expensive. The inflation of groceries, as you guys well know, when you go to the grocery store, it's ridiculous. So anyway, she needed food. So we have mobile food pantries, as I had said before. And she was in line at one of our mobile food pantries, and we have what we call encouragers. So we don't ask any questions because whoever's in line for food gets food. That's on purpose because of what we all went through in our past. So she came in the line, and we had one of our encouragers ask her, is there anything we've encouraged about? Because we know there's more need than just food. And so she said that she needed rental assistance. So because we collaborated with so many other nonprofits, we directed them to GraceWorks. So then Jenny Grace went to GraceWorks.health and made her first appointment to talk with one of our Grace workers. And that Grace worker welcomed her over the phone and was able to hear the complexities of her problem, hear her stress, hear her heart as she was nervous to ask for help for the first time. She didn't know anybody who had done this. She didn't know how to do this. So GraceWorks welcomed her over the phone first and built her trust that if she walks in our doors, we're going to take care of her with the same amount of love and dignity that she experienced over the phone. So on the phone, we were able to say that we can help with her rent assistance payment. We invited her to apply for utility assistance for next month. And we invited her to schedule her first food appointment with us. And she'll come 2 weeks later after she is done with the beautiful food that she got from OneGen and was welcomed into our ecosystem so we could walk with her for a season. When she came for her food appointment, she had her sweet baby with her. And she started to tell one of our Grace workers and volunteers her story and started to tell of how hard it has been on her, that she never saw herself in this position, that she didn't understand how to keep going. And we acknowledged that she was struggling with mental health and depression, and that she herself needed some more attention to her healthcare. And so we were able to then refer her to our sister ministry up the street, Mercy Community Healthcare. And so Jenny, Grace, Mercy, we've all done it 1,000 different ways. Entered Mercy. The baby was seen by Dr. Chen, which is one of our pediatricians. And while that was going on, one of our behavioral health consultants came into the room. That's one of our therapists. And what happened at that point is called a warm handoff, where Dr. Chen handed Jenny over to one of our therapists who was able to do an intake, talk to her about the postpartum depression that she was in. And in that moment, they were all discussing, well, what about Zach? When's the last time that Zach's been to the doctor? And he had not been, and there had been some concern. So he came in to see Dr. Nick Conley. And while they were here as a family, they went to patient and family support, were able to get a marketplace insurance so that that part of their burden was no longer an issue and they could get affordable care. And during all of that, Dr. Chin used some of our specialists to refer the baby to. And I can see folks all over the room that baby has visited since coming to Mercy. So that family is now going to be a vital part of this community. They're going to stay here and they're going to contribute to the future of this community because of what they've been able to experience.
And that story is really true. That story happens every day among these people, but also other agencies in the room. And so we wanted to call a highlight to that. But I also want to just ask a couple questions. You've already told us this, but we're going to reiterate it like there's no Frank Talks in October. Remember that. But we're heading into the holiday season, and sometimes our hearts and our spirits are more open to volunteerism or supporting organizations and agencies. But that's great, but you have opportunities every single day, right, at your agency. So maybe you start with Alicia and tell us a little bit about volunteering with GraceWorks. Sure.
So GraceWorks has a staff of 65 people. We have 330 regular volunteers every single week. So if you're one that finds yourself with some extra time on your hands throughout the week at a regular basis, we would love to welcome you into that ecosystem. And you can find a position. We have positions for everybody of all skill levels. If you need to stay seated, if you can lift 50 pounds, we can welcome you in and put you to work towards this good. We also have seasonal or one-time opportunities as well. So if you're in a church group, a Bible study at your office, and you want folks to get more engaged, we can welcome you into those volunteer opportunities, and actually just expanded our food processing area to be able to welcome more groups into that program as well. So you can come and volunteer with GraceWorks year-round. We do have some opportunities coming up with events. Our Turkey Trot is coming up in November. Our Manger is the beautiful expression of your community. We always run out of volunteer spots at the Manger because people are so excited about it. But if that's something that you're interested in, please be on the lookout for that to be released as well.
Thank you. So also with one, with One Gen, we're a volunteer-run organization. We only have 13 employees, so we run lean and mean. But and our staff, some of our staff is here, which we couldn't do it without our staff as well. But our volunteers are huge to us. So we'll be in Columbia this weekend. We'll be in Franklin the next weekend, and when we're in Williamson County, you guys are some. You show up in the droves. I mean, there's like 200, 300 people, which it only takes about 80 to 100 to do a distribution. But you guys show up awesome. So then when we go to around to either Columbia or in Nashville, we don't have as many volunteers. As my husband always says, when you leave Williamson County, your tires really do not lock up. Like you can leave and help in Nashville or Columbia. But yeah, so we just have a lot of volunteers that way. And we also, we have our doorstep pantry that you can help with. And my students and sorting food. We also, you can work, we do a lot of team building at our warehouse. You can sign up on our website. We pack those boxes that we give for doorstep pantry. We all come together and pack those as well. So there's actually opportunity like all during the week as well. And then we have our, big events. We just had our golf tournament, and we have our spring breakfast coming in May this year, May 2nd, and we have an incredible speaker that you're not going to want to miss. I can't announce him yet, but he will be here. And we also, sorry, Mindy, it's not on script, but we have a lot of things coming in the works, something very, very exciting news that we're getting ready to release very soon all about collaboration. So please do look forward to that. Wow. Did you get that? I'm going to sit on the edge of our sit on the edge. Volunteers are always difficult for Mercy because people want their high school student to come and shadow a provider, and we can't always do that. But volunteers are needed at Mercy all the time with not only our events, which, boy, I would be in a lot of trouble if I didn't say our 25th Silver Gala. Gala or Gala? Tomato, tomato. Tomato, tomato. I say it wrong every time, and poor Ray says, however you need to say it in East Tennessee, Cindy, just say it. Is November 15th, and we will welcome lots of volunteers to help us get that set up and cleaned up afterwards. And now that we're in our building, we can use volunteers a lot to set up. And we had a community baby shower in here a couple of months ago, and we could have used every volunteer to get chairs in and out and babies in and out. So we welcome them. There is a click on our website that says volunteers here.
So what's the best way for people to keep up with what your needs are, or where your next opportunity for volunteering? What's the best way for people to keep up with that? I'd say social media or something.
Yeah, social media. Our website has a place on it that you can click and know where we're going to be for a health fair and partnering with all of our folks. So, yes, on our website as well. On social medias, we'll post where we're going to be that following week. We have a newsletter that you guys can sign up on our website. We don't give a lot of things out on your emails. We just post where we're going to be that following week. So that'll help as well. And
yeah, same. Social, Facebook, Insta, everything. We're not on TikTok, we also have a full table over there. So make sure you guys, if you want that next action step, grab a piece of paper, follow those. And I'm sure it'll direct you to our website, and you can find out more. We also do have a newsletter that's monthly, and it is growing, and it's helpful information that we can provide, not just what GraceWorks is doing, but our partners as well.
So say I went to the GraceWorks thrift store and I found this really cool lamp and I rubbed it and it says, I gave each of you a wish. And what would that wish be? What would be?
Wow.
How would you fulfill that wish? What do you need most? Some of you have been in a capital campaign, and some of you are in a capital campaign. But what would be your wish if you could get that granted?
If I could get that granted, that wish granted, it would be for every individual, whether you're in need or whether you know someone in need, to understand that you can come to Mercy. That there's not anyone who is left out of that. Anybody can come. And I wish that could be spread in every church, in every Rotary Club, in every location, that message. It's not the children's clinic anymore, and anyone can come and get services.
Well, for one, Jen, same. If you know anybody that needs food, please let us know. We're here to help anybody. It doesn't matter their situation, doesn't matter. We have a lot of people that come that might have just lost their job, and they might come in our food line, and in their car they might have like a BMW, and everybody, we tell our volunteers, do not judge, because that person could be living in that car, which has happened multiple times for us. So that's our number one. Our number two is the big news coming. We're getting ready to start the Apple campaign, but also I know a lot of different nonprofits are struggling right now with meeting budget. And I know it's not only us, it's other people as well. Yeah. So actually just your resources, and not just for one Jen, but for multiple. We all collaborate with everybody together. And we have amazing nonprofits in this town, amazing.
Yes.
So just your resources will really help in any different spot.
I would echo those wishes. So glad for that. Did I turn myself off? No,
you're on.
Okay, I can't hear myself, but that's okay. I think I would say an accurate discernment of God's will. Truly, right now. I mean, there's so much going on in our growing community, and we all have a piece of joining and making sure that folks are cared for who are not seen or even believed to be here, and to make sure that we're doing that in His vision. And it does take collaboration, which is why I love the theme that Frank Talks decided today. So just that accurate discernment and and the resources to execute that, which we've seen him provide time and time again when we never thought it was coming. And so we have faith in that, but that we just walk in that more confidently.
Wow, thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. Point out Alan Long is here from Wait from the back, Carol Ann, you don't have to get up. But where are we going to be in November, Carol Ann? Oh, we're going to see Brightstone. So we're going to go out to Brightstone. We don't have our program completely put together yet, but I have to tell you that I used to say, well, we can't go to Brightstone. It's just too far away. Y'all, it's 2 miles, just over 2 miles down the road, okay? You know, it was outside my bubble. It was outside my world, and we got so lucky to go out and take a tour recently, and I'm so excited for you all to see that campus of dreams, and it is really exciting. But we'll have some programs there, and then we also will have a December Frank Talks where we do our review of 2024 and preview of 2025. And so we're going to move November Frank Talks because of Veterans Day. We don't want to interfere with you going to the parade in downtown Franklin on November 11th. And so we're going to move that, and then we'll be back in December as well. But thank Cindy for her hospitality, and if you want to see more of Mercy, you can talk with her or talk with these other people.
We do have our advancement staff back here in the back. If anybody does want to take a quick tour, you're welcome to join with them. Those are the folks that helped us get this all put together, and so we're thankful for that. I didn't ask you if I could do this, but we rarely have any anniversary that we don't close the prayer church. Is that okay? Heavenly Father, we just come to your throne of grace and are so grateful for the fact that you are God. And we honor that and are just so humbled to be able to speak with you. Father, thank you for every person in this room and their families that they cared enough to come and hear about collaboration. And more than anything, Father, thank you for every person that receives services from an nonprofit in this community. As Alicia said, and they're not invisible. You see them, and help us to do the same. We love you, and we thank you for loving us. And it's in precious name we pray. On you. Amen.
Thank you so much, and we will not see you in October unless